your hot and techy Brezza, the Citybird SUV.
Yeah, tell you what, wasn't the run fest that I thought we'd get first up at the Chinnaswamy with 14 fours and 8 sixes and 2 of those in the last over that conceded 20. In spite of all that huffing and puffing, all that Punjab Kings have managed to get to is 176. Might be enough, but we were expecting scores well in excess of 200. At least Mitch McClenaghan and Wasim Jaffer were before the show on Maruti Suzuki Arena Presents, ESPN Cricket for Timeout. Tom Moody wasn't. He's an astute man, a reserved man. Finally, his reserved judgment has come to see some light. You said 180 odd, didn't you?
So 181. So you're just saying this is a one-off?
Well, finally, you being a bit cheap with your predictions is paying off, is what I'm saying.
You're saying I'm cheap?
No, with your predictions. But take me through your scribblings on that innings, because I really don't know what to make of it. 176 and that too, just about getting there because of a productive last over.
Yeah, they recovered a little bit. I think it's still short of what it should be. It's not your classical flat track at that venue. We saw the ball bounce a little bit. Prab Simram's dismissal, Maxwell's ball bounced a bit more. Joseph's delivery to Livingston bounced a little bit more than expected. I'm not saying it's a difficult wicket, but I just felt that Punjab would look back on that innings and look at their top order and think, we got a number of guys set, but we didn't have any of them batting at the end there to really cash in and get us to that, closer to 200.
Yeah, the real reason they ended up being close to your prediction was the fact that Shikhar Dhawan got out straight after Livingston. They'd actually built a really good foundation. Shikhar and Livingston had got it into a good position to launch from, and then Shikhar's an aggressive batter, but it just probably wasn't the time with who was to come after.
So this is not a traditional run-scoring Chinnaswamy surface, what Tom's alluding to?
I think it might get better in the second half. In the first half, it looked like it bounced a little bit more. It wasn't easy. The ball was doing, I thought Yash Dayal bowled really well.
Yeah, he did.
With the new ball. And I think I'm surprised with Punjab's tactic as well, why they didn't send Sam Curran early on. I can understand two left-handers, but I don't think it makes any difference, to be honest. You would have wanted Livingston at the back end of the innings, to take charge.
Yeah, I mean, it's a question we raised earlier, right? Was Sam Curran just for that situation in a chase with early wickets, and then, this particular situation with 9 overs, the 2 wickets falling in the end of the 9th over, now we send Liam Livingstone because Dhawan's in the middle.
I think in this situation, I think they identified that they'd gone in with one less bowler, that they were going to have to get 2 overs out of Cam Green and try and get 2 overs out of him and 2 overs out of Glenn Maxwell. So having the right-left combination meant that Livingston, who plays spin very well in the middle, meant that they probably would have to maybe not bowl Maxwell. And then you saw as soon as Livingston got out, they brought Maxwell back straight away, and that was the wicket of Shikhar.
Fair, flexible calls, or surprising that they shifted from the last game?
Yeah, I think at times you can get a little bit too structured in your pre-game approach, and let's try to go left-right-handers, or let's don't bowl the off-spinner to the right-hand batter. All those types of things I think are really important notes to have, but then shouldn't be hard and fast rules. I think there's times where you need to be certainly aware of what is your ideal setup, but there's also times, and I thought today was the time that Curran should have gone ahead of Livingston for the point that you made, Wasim. I think that it would have been a real boom for Punjab if Livingston was batting that back 10.
Yash Dayal, 4 overs, 1 for 23, going at less than a run a ball. Break that down, Mitch.
Yeah,
Shikhar
Dhawan was watching him quite closely. Obviously saw him swing the ball in Chennai and has played against him before. But he didn't go after him as much as we saw him go against after the Delhi bowlers the other night. And maybe that was condition dependent. There was a little bit green on the wicket, but give Yash Dayal a lot of credit. He bowled superbly. When you've got the ability to swing the ball both ways, it's fair that the opening batsman on that type of surface are going to give you a bit of respect. But 3 overs for 10 in the power play is absolutely phenomenal.
You see a difference from last year's Yash Dayal to this year's Yash Dayal?
Yeah, in fact, a lot of difference from the first game itself. In the first game, he was bowling to the left-hand, right-hand combination of Ruturaj and Ravi Rachindra. I thought he got the line right today, and that can happen, in the long tournament. And today's wicket actually helped him. I thought there was a little bit of movement there, and that's why probably he was a little bit watchful. And I thought his line was impeccable today.
Does this vindicate the first 11 that Bangalore went with, which was technically a bowler light than the last game? They were happy to go without the wrist spin option of Karan Sharma, and basically within the 6 bowlers that didn't defend at Chepauk say, we will be able to do the job here for 20 overs.
Well, I think that they could have possibly had a different combination, because without DK keeping, I don't see the point in him being on the field at that point. You're better off having a specialist bowler and then him coming in when it's time to bat, unless they think that he's an exceptional outfielder and they need him in the
surely
field.
Not that, but clearly they're thinking here that they need batting even after DK and Anuj Rawat with an extra batter in Prabhu Desai.
Which is unusual, given that normally it's a surface and a ground that really your heavy lifting is done by your top 5.
Right, and this is a batting heavy team known for its batting. They did have a bit of a collapse at the Chepauk. But anyway, let's look ahead to the chase and try and make sense of this. The approach from Kohli and Faf du Plessis, a 177 almost seems like you could do it easy at the Chinnaswamy, but is this not quite the same? How do you see Virat Kohli starting here, given he's actually got a very good record in chases at the Chinnaswamy? Strike rate's never a problem.
He's one of the game's greatest chasers. Simple as that. When he has a target, he's certainly good at finding a way home. But I think it will be very interesting to see how they approach it, because there was a little bit in there, and if Punjab do extract a little bit of movement off the seam or in the air, they may be watchful, and they might find themselves behind the game early. I think Faf will play the way Faf's been playing over the last few years, and he'll take the game on. But I think Kohli might sit in the game a little bit and just be watchful, knowing that if I get through this new ball, I'll be able to cash in against the other bowlers. Because a lot of batsmen of that calibre, like Kohli, identify their targets, who they know they can take down, see through the difficult, ones like your Rabadas of the world, and then take on the others.
They'd be mindful of what happened in the last game, though, with the fizz running through their top order. Can Punjab take some notes?
Yeah, look, it's always a funny one, right? Like, you should start each game from the same position. You shouldn't be thinking about the previous one. But I think from a Punjab perspective, I think they've got Rabada, who's got an incredible record against this RCB side. I think he's dominated Kohli, he's dominated Maxwell, DK, and also Faf as well. So he's got an incredible record against them. And if they come in with any of that kind of mindset that they were in a bit of trouble the other night, he's going to take advantage. And look into the surface and the extra pop that Alzari Joseph got and a little bit of movement early, he's going to be a real weapon for them tonight. Okay,
so Rabada threat. They also have 2 left-hand options. I'm expecting Arshdeep Singh to come in as the impact sub. They only bowled Sam Curran 1 over last game with the new ball that too. How do you see them starting this time?
I think they need to bowl 2 to Arshdeep and 2 to Rabada for sure, and bowl that 6 to 7 meter length. That's did a lot of damage today in the first innings. That's the length to hit to, and those are the 2 guys probably. Arshdeep will get some swing, and then see from there. Sam Curran is another option if he gets some swing. So yeah, he's in the game as well.
I normally ask this at the top, but let me ask it at this point. Is it advantage chasing team, advantage RCB at this point with 177 to get?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And the nose in front, for sure.
ESPN Cricinfo's win probability has the Punjab Kings at 54.58%.
That changes after few overs, isn't it?
No, but I'm just saying they're taking into account the batting that the chasing team has, the bowling that the defending team has, and how frequently, all the individual matchups here are taken into account. So I don't know if 55% towards Punjab would lean towards your prediction being influenced for the second innings.
I think maybe RCB's strength is a batting. If they lose, it's their game to lose, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe that Rabada record against their main 4 bowlers comes into that and slightly skews it in their favour.
Okay, interesting this. It's an important game for RCB. You think if they don't get over the line here, and you might have all the fans and the narrative around the franchise, much like the last one. So let's get a prediction here from Tom Mitch and Wasim Jaffer. Give me whatever prediction comes to mind. The more outrageous, the better.
Outrageous would be the Punjab to win by 20 runs.
Not going with win predictor.
runs.
Okay, cool. Win by 20.
Yeah, I mean,
I think, all right. Mitch?
Yeah, I think RCB will win 4 wickets down with 9 balls to go.
9 balls to go. Tom Moody.
I'm going to say Faf du Plessis, 50 off 20 balls.
Okay, and RCB easily to win then once he gives them that start. All right, thank
Then
you
a
very
dramatic
much.
collapse.
And then a dramatic collapse. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, we'll see where things stand for Mitch, Tom and Wasim at the end of the day. Remember, it's 5 wins to the home team so far in the opening 5 games. RCB would be very much hoping to keep that streak intact. We'll pick up the conversation on Maruti Suzuki Arena Presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout. At the end of the game, do download the mobile app if you haven't already, and it'll have you covered from everything that's going on. Fixtures are out as well for the rest of the tournament, so make sure you get up to speed there. We will see you at the end of this game.
All new hot and techy Brezza, the Citybird